Is that Danny casting your swim again, Daddy? Sort him out! Sort him out! Sort him out!
Mitsy moo, little baby. Oh, and welcome. We are on the banks of the river Weaver again, and we're with Mitsy. We'll have a quick look at Mitsy. Where's Mitsy? There she is. Hello, baby. Whinging. Let's flick back. So what we're doing is I'm just getting the gear ready. Right, we're just going to go through quickly. Because I've got the seat box in, got her chair in, just getting all my gear on the work area. Just going to sort the feeders. Right, we'll go through a good selection of rods in there. I'm just going to go through in a minute, and we'll just have a butcher's what we're going to use. We'll find something in a minute. Got lashings of the hinders prepare particles again. I've just put a whole bag of the supercharged natural black with a bit of brown crumb to bulk it out. Which is there, which is beautiful. Get that going in a minute. Just letting it absorb some moisture. I have got the hinders cart pellets. I've got a mitsy, and down on here I've got a pile of live maggots. I like using live maggots instead of deads. I like to bring a little bit of everything in. The bream aren't going to feed them. I've got a big bag of wormies. That's to go on the hook. And then here there's a tin of corn, there's a hemp and maize as well, and there's a pint of castor. So I like to mix it all up, just take out what I want out of it. Anyway, there's Mitsy. There's the setup, and there's a few little bits that I'm going to need. I'm going to set all that up in a minute. What are you up to, you? Are you chasing me up here? Oh, you are beautiful. Anyway, I'm just going to get the rest of my gear ready. I'm just going to soak these pellets up, loads of moisture on them. I can control the feeder with that as well, you know what I mean? Not just as bait, and I actually put it in. And it makes it a little bit heavier, get down to the bottom quicker on certain casts, and I can empty it quickly and get my hook down there. It's weird, without changing the feeder. It's a little bit clever, but it works. Speeds you up because you're not changing the feeder, which takes at least 20 to 30 seconds to do. Okay, right, I'm going to get the rest of the gear ready, and I'll catch you in a short while. Right, that is my first chuck. I've just picked a lovely line there, which is in line with my catapult. Not pushing it, it's a bit windy. I've been on this swim before. My landing net's over there like an idiot. I need to move that. So what I've done is that I've just lined up what's an easy catapult where I can keep it really accurate. And there's a little bit of a dark patch there. It's really slightly upstream, but I want a bit of a bow. The bubble comes from them off. Got a bit more space today, so I've got myself my landing net. So lines are reasonably slack. I'm just going to tighten them up a little bit. Oh, I'm getting a little bit of a knock on it now. The plan today is to be a little bit more aggressive than I was last time. You want to dig around me? You've got to keep trying to draw the fish in here. There's a lot of bubbling going on out there now. Means it's very silty the bottom. So we're fishing on the worm again. Today though I've just dropped to I think it's a a size 12 QM1, a little bit bigger hook than the decorum ones I was using, but I might just jump back onto the decorum if I have any problems, because QM1's a great hook, but I have a problem getting my fingers on them to not unhook the fish. We'll see how I get on with it. There's a lot of bubbling close in as well, you see, but I think I'm on the right line there. I'm just going to keep firing on my particle, which is, again, I put a tin of corn in this as well, extra, because I felt like I needed extra. So there's a lot of hemp. Still using that 3.5 litre tub of hinders, the prepared tub, but I believe the Chinese hemp's back in stock. So I'm just going to keep firing bait on that area, keep putting the ground bait in to draw fish in. Will be regular casting, but I'm going to wait for this one. I just want to see what's going on. Bit of twanging going on the tip. Quite flat on this tip. I might stand it up a little bit. That felt like a fish. You expect the first few fish to be skimmers, that sort of thing, I would imagine. Perch even. And no problem taking that QM1. Right, we'll have a little look at him. And there we have him. First little fish, he's just a little perch. Chuck him in a net. Beautiful colours, very, ooh, he's a bit wriggly. Woohoo! Let's get him in the net. I'll just show you what we're doing when we're loading this feeder. There we go, I'll just show you exactly. I'll pick a corner, this corner here is great. Now what I'll do is I'll put a little bit of pellet in there, I think. Pinch of maggot. And a bit of everything in there. And then what I'll do is I'll push that straight into the feeder, like that. And I've hardly swallows that, I've hardly swallows it. And I'll get it straight out. Underarm chucker. We expect to get a small fish. You can hear Danny from here. We're hoping to get something a little bit bigger today. You know, like I fished another area, what I call a snag pit, and a lot of big bream there. I'll put the pictures of the snag pit on. Got some nice big bream off it, and believe it or not, I was fishing the wrong methods for God knows how long. I was fishing the method feeder on it. I had a couple of fish, big fish though, and as I was sort of like plumbing around in this area there, I sort of had no that snaggy the area. I had no choice but to pull right underneath these trees, and it went from being 20 foot deep to around about 3 foot deep. But it was obvious that it was a beautiful, there must have been like an underwater structure there or something like. It was flat as a pancake. So I decided to feed on top of that, and I must have been only fishing it for about 2.5 hours. And the amount of fish I got off it in 2.5 hours was ridiculous. really good spot. I'll put those pictures up and you have a look at those pictures and you'll be well impressed. I didn't take many pictures, didn't film on that one. It was a little bit awkward getting the cameras in. Oops, is that a bit of a twanger? Try not to trip up. And then after that session, we were going to come back on here the week later. For it last week, it was lashing it down. So, and it was terrible. And just thought I couldn't be handling a day in. It was horrendous storm. So we fished Lim Vale, and Danny had, I'm getting bites on that. Danny had a £20.5 carp, beautiful, common. And if you go on Danny's Angling Blog's website, you will see that fish there. Where's that? Where's that gone? Ooh, the bar. Don't you dare bark at them. Oh, isn't it beauty that? Nifty 50. You like it? You like it, Nick? I do like a barge. I like to get it stirred up that bottom. Right, get some bait on that. We'll put a lot of maggot in this time. We'll try and draw some fish in. A lot of maggot. Quite gently scroll. Don't mind starting me swim off with small fish. I always believe that they draw the bigger fish in, but it'd be nice if we've got something a little bit different today. A lot of bream, a lot of skimmer. I could actually change baits, you know, like try and get some roach and that, but I'll stick to the worm. Something definitely having a go at that. I don't know if you've got that in there. Something keeps having a go. Just tighten the tip up. I've quite dried a mix today. I made the mistake last week. I actually got it wrong and put too much water on it as I did it. It was like claggy, but now it's like powder. That's exactly as I want it. And when you squeeze it like that, it's holding. That's exactly how I want it. Oh, now that looks like a proper bite. I don't think there's anything on it. Just keep putting the bait in. Plenty of maggots again, a lot of it. A little bit of caster. Some of that. Gently squoze. The reason I've got the tip down, I know it's classed as a river, but what it is this is the Weaver navigation, and it's a lot like a canal. So obviously you see the canal barges coming down from the Shropshire Union Canal, or whichever canals that are about, and it's got locks on it and stuff, so I fish it as if it has got flow on it, and it does change the flow quite regularly, but we're going to treat it as if it's a canal. In theory, you think it's quite a heavy tip, you know, like to use on here, 2 ounce tip, but it's a glass fibre tip and they're very robust and it works. Right, it's gone. Let's see if the camera will show it. There you are. It's get a bigger worm than that. Try and feed these fish. And I'll take that, I'll pick the head. So it's through on the needle, push the stop back. And there it is. Wriggling its head off. Just change the my angle slightly. I'll make it more comfortable. Keep firing that bait on it. Now that one was definitely on. That's a nice perch. Now, wasn't expecting that. Was not expecting that. That's a lovely perch. Really well hooked as well, that. Surprised, you usually don't hook too well. He's drew blood. And there we are, look at him. It's a nice little perch, that. Anyway, straighten the net and we'll get on with it. So I always expect to get something like a perch, something like that. Oh, it's fizzing up like a bugger out there now. Something's just hit the swim. Something's just hit it hard. I don't think that was a perch. Oh my god, another. That was a horrendous take. These perch are smashing it. Another little perch. long time in coming. I just had the first bream, as it were, the skimmer, but it took ages to come. Absolute took ages. Just had no confidence today. Just sort of lost it a bit. Oh, it's a fish. I'm ready for changing up bait. Oh, I'm a slab it up. Hey. Right, straight back on it. Right, we're just going to put 2 maggots on. Not quite sure if the maggot's the way to go. But and the culprit, little roach. That's what the issue is. There's fish to be had, just had to go a lot finer. Just didn't want to touch that big heavy gear. So let's keep them feeding. Let's see if we can improve the stamp. Sometimes you just got to catch what's in front of you. It's much better it's gone. And that's a nice fish. That's a good. Oh, get out of that tree. And there we have it, a beautiful little rudd. So, there's fish to be had. We just got to fish lighter. And what I'm going to do, I've had some on maggot, I'm going to try a single piece of corn just to see if that does the trick. Anyway, I persevered with the corn, but very, very, very difficult just to even hit the bite, so I gave up quite quickly. So what I've learnt now is the maggot's alright, and the caster's alright. I don't think they're robust enough, so what we're going to do, we're just going to put a header worm on. Okay, small hook, head of worm. A little bit of this, a little bit of that in there, hopefully with the hope that we will get some response. Let's try it. Keep it simple. Do is put the rod straight down, let the line stay tight this time. Oh my god, I don't know, might just stick to what I'm doing. Now that, if I can carry on catching them all day, let's get this on here. I carry on catching them all day on heads of worm, I'm waiting a little bit, I will, because that is a beautiful roach. Look at that. Absolute cracker. That's a stunner, that one, eh? Woohoo! That was a cracker, right. Made a mess of that worm. But the worm stays on the hook a lot better than the maggots do. The maggots are just getting smashed up, that's getting smashed up. But what I'll do is I'll pick the smaller worms. Okay. And we'll just play it by ear. Because if I can carry on catching them a chuck, I'm alright. It's a little bit slow though. Oh, that's clever. I'm going to push this camera back a little bit. I think it's a little bit too close. Back on your chair. Yeah. Oh God, look at that. Do put a full worm on that hook. It's a little bit small. Done it before though on this size hook, and it's worked. A lot lighter. Now when I've had problems in the past, I've done this where I've dropped my big gaff hook. I will shorten that though. Shorten that down. So. nice perch. Pretty lovely. Big chunk. Beauty. I had a look at the waggler rod and I can't get underneath this tree. I just put it together. I just looked at it and I went, there's no way it was setting up. It's just like, just hitting the tree. So anyway, I'm going to switch the other camera back on in a minute. Getting plenty of bites on this. I think it's just a matter of accepting that I had to go down to a much smaller, finer wire gauge hook and finer line. These fish just don't want a big chunky line and hook, I'm afraid. And variety of fish, you know, but you just catch what's in front of you, don't you? So we're just gonna switch the camera on. Oops. Switch that. So we'll concentrate on this as much as best we can. Some different varieties of fish to be caught. She's had a nice little chublet, perch, now we've got a bream, so dropping the hook size, seems to have worked. Ooh. Get this camera on. Right. Sometimes you just gotta go with the flow. Beautiful little bream. Let's get him in the net. Woo! Sometimes I'm just a little bit stubborn to change the hook size when I make the first choices, but on this occasion I'm glad I did. I don't think I'm going to bag up like I've done on previous occasions along these stretches. But I'll give myself a good chance of catching a little bit of everything now. Maybe not. Lovely little skimmer. Hook him as quickly as possible. Down the sheet. This rain's still going strong. Off it up again. A little bit less particles and bait in the ground bait bit. Not squeezing the ground the feeder too tightly. I'm not fishing to a clip, but I am actually knocking the bail arm over and tightening up the tip to the bottom. I'm on the same mark, it seems to be working. Oh dear, bet you can't guess it. It's raining. Oh, no. Anyway, a little bit of a catch up. I just lost one. It's very slow. Yeah, the hook length change is working. I am getting bites. It's very slow. You've got to sit and wait. But they do turn up in the end, the bream, or the roach, or the perch, or whatever, and a rudd, and a chub. But yeah, they're not going bonkers for the baits and the weather. Oh my lord, look at it. And that crap. So you go to work all week and the weather's, you know, okay. And then you finish on a Friday, you go home and you wake up on a Saturday morning and you think, yeah, and then it rains. It's like that every single Saturday lately. And I'll be honest, that's one of the reasons why I didn't do a film last week, because my camera equipment doesn't do too well in the rain. It does things like when you go to charge equipment up, it says moisture detected in the port. So I avoid using the cameras in this sort of weather because it's not good for the camera equipment, microphones and things like that. And you reckon that, you know, the fish start biting when it's raining. That's a load of cobblers. Or I could be wrong. Correct me if I am wrong. Anyway, anybody out there, if you don't know how to subscribe, ask somebody how to do it, and it would be so good if you could subscribe. If you've watched the film, enjoy the film, I put out all sorts of different films. It'd be really good. Subscriptions do mean a lot. Please comment as well. There is ways around it. I mean, a lot of people watch on TV now these days, but even if you can find a way when you're watching the TV, just this once, well, every time will be good, but just to prove a point that you can go into the TV, flick around, put a thumbs up, subscribe, like, comment. Brilliant. It'll make me very happy, and it's a nice little community. And if you want to see what's going on with the filming on the Facebook page, it's Gary Williams and Mitsy. That's all you've got to type in Facebook, and you can follow me there. What do you reckon, Mitsy? She's fast asleep. It was really nice and sunny before, really beautiful. And I was saying to these two gentlemen that such a beautiful day it is. You know what I mean? Anyway, you have to sit and wait for the bites. The last one fell off, but I am using proper small hooks now, which the sharp, I'll give it that, the sharp, but the fine wire hooks, and it's the only thing that they're willing to pick up. Oh my god. Oh, get in that net. Oh, cracking. Oh god. Hey. Oh, umbrellas are getting away. Look at that, sunshine's coming out, but it's still raining. Oh, let's get this other camera on and we'll get a closer look at this one. There you are. Hello. Anyway, as we were saying on the other camera, there we have it. Beautiful bream. Hey, and here we go. Another one gone down the chute. Right, let's turn that camera off and see if we get another one. I think this sort of explains why a lot of people don't really get into the bream fishing. Yeah, it's just smeg. It's just like proper. It's like I'm not gonna say it. Oh my god, that's a bite. Oh, that's a definite bite. Feels a bit perchy to me. A bit perch. No, it's a rudd roach hybrid. It's not a rudd and it ain't a roach. Let's have a closer look at that. Can you see it? Tell me what you think, but it's a little bit too bronzy in its lips, but it looks to me like a rudd roach hybrid. I'll have a closer look at him later. Right, let's get some more of this bait out. We'll just put a few pouches of maggots right out there in the central track, so I might bring some fish in. Those breams seem to have cleared off. Again, been like that all day. Catch a few and then they just clear off. But you can't really, just not interested in holding. They were just sort of like, they're on the mooch all the time. On the mooch. Oops, that's a definite bite. And a lot of them today where they've gone boom, boom. You go like that to pick the rod up and it stops. It's done it again. Tell you what, I'll switch the camera on. Let's see if we can watch this. Oh, let's watch that tip go rattle, rattle, rattle. camera on, stops. The tip's moving. See it there? Right, we've got it this time. Skimmer. Took the tip off the end of my rod. So, all fresh. Stop there. Oh, put the brolly down. Oh, I don't know if you don't really ramble doing this. Let's get rid of this umbrella. Go on, back on your chair, mate. Right, I'll cut it out on it. See, we've had a few bream and absolutely there are some chunky roach, look, lovely. And if I have a root around here, some chunky perch as well, look, chunky perch. And the rust. Right, it's going to be a brilliant job all day. With Danny having a bit of fun, and as you can hear, Mitzi's crying in the background, so we're going to have to get going. Please, please, please work out to subscribe to my channel. Just sort of flick around like that, press a button, press the like button, and I'll be very happy, and I'll keep doing the films. Anyway, it's been a really good day. I've had a really good laugh with Danny, and Mitzi's crying still, so I'm going to get my ass off home, KFC.